Marketing Action Plan, $0 budget, training other agents. Good morning, this is Grandison Shines, Chief Marketing Officer of Direct Business Marketing, and today we're going to talk about training other agents. This is in conjunction with our material we've been covering on the Get Direct webinar series for the last few weeks. We're talking about the Marketing Action Plan for real estate agents. So let's go to the next slide. Here we have our handy lead flow process diagram. We always show this diagram, making sure that we understand how we look at leads, the lead flow, and what we should be doing in each of those areas. So we're going to continue to cover the live open forum section here of this diagram with the 5 lead generating activities, going into the short or stay calculator. From there, making sure we store that information, and then from your aspect, it's all about nurturing the lead and nurturing them into a paying client or into a client, okay, getting the listing. That's what we want to do. Next slide, we talk about other agents and what we should focus on when we're training other agents, and then we'll talk about how we solidify that with a location and everything else. Okay, but the benefits are, first of all, you as the agent, you get to position yourself as the expert in your area. So when you come together with other agents, you're training them on what to do in the marketplace, and believe me, there are a lot of agents out there that want the information that you have, especially if you're more successful than them. You start to really solidify your position as the expert in the area, and so they are really understanding and wondering, hey, what is this guy doing? What is this lady doing that I'm not doing that will enable me to become at least at the level that they're at, okay? So from there, we also, one other benefit is that it creates a referral base for you. So we'll talk about that in the next slide, but getting the referrals, I mean, that's better than, having to split a commission is better than having nothing, right? So when you have this live open forum, you want to make sure that you do ask for the referrals, and that's an important piece. So you can have a number of agents out there that can refer to you, especially if they don't want to do something like the whole entire short sale process. And number 3, it promotes an environment of abundance. You can tell just how people talk and how they acknowledge certain areas, or how certain conversations, I should say, on whether or not they have a scarcity mentality. Well, honestly, the pie is big enough for everybody. And I'd like to tell our clients that also when we talk to them, if we're going to provide a like service for a couple of agents in our areas, the often concern is, hey, what about this person, or what about that person? You're doing both for them and me. Well, to be honest, the pie is much, much bigger than all 3 of us can handle. Even if I was a real estate agent, I'm not, but it's still, the pie is big enough. So people can understand and tell when you have this scarcity mentality, but truthfully, you want to promote this aspect that, hey, I'm giving you some information, I'm teaching you things that I know, and at the same time, this whole pie is big enough for everybody to take a bite out of and still be nice and happy, okay? Next slide, we talk about what to do. First of all, set a time, date, and location. If you have an office, you have a conference room, if you want to make a big presentation, if you make a small, more intimate presentation, I recommend starting off, if this is the first time you're doing it, with a smaller implementation with just a few agents perhaps, or no more than 10 agents. That way you can have this audience, you can practice your deliverable speech and everything else, okay? So you want to make sure you have that, but make sure it's at a time, date, and a location, aspect number 1, okay? From there, send out notices to other agents in your office about what you'll be doing. And again, they do want to know more information that will make them successful. And if they see you as being successful, you being a value add proposition to them, then of course they're going to listen to what you have to say and maybe refer some of their agent friends that you don't know to you also. And that's a big proponent for you, okay? From there, I want to promote via the local National Association of Realtors. That's always a good location to promote what you're going to be doing, what other agents can get involved in, okay? From there, one of the things that we always say is that you don't need to focus on lead generation. Now, obviously, the business thrives on lead generation, but there are other process things that you can talk about that can streamline their business. So you don't want to focus on lead generation because, again, the last point here, we're talking about ending with asking for the referrals. If there is a process and your topic or what you're going to talk about will tell them there's a process that they're either not familiar with, want to get more familiar, great, or they would rather have that outsourced to someone else. Either way, you can still collaborate with them and work with them to some degree. All right. Later on, you can get into what we call paid seminars or paid live open forums. But start off free, start off giving some information to a smaller group, and then build up from there. And trust me, this will position you as the expert in the area. And like we always do, and like we always say, record everything. So when you're there, make sure you bring a video camera or have an audio device on to you to where you can solidify your deliverable, and make sure that your presentation, when I say your deliverable, and make sure that you record everything however you see fit. All right. This is Grandison Shines. Here's my information. You can call me directly at 602-369-8119, or you can email me at grandison@directbusinessmarketing.com. Tune in next week at 10 a.m. Pacific time every Wednesday, where we talk about getting you more information and knowledge through the Get Direct webinar series. Thank you, and we'll see you later. Bye.